Hi everyone, we are going to start percentages. So there are two ways to solve percentages, so we are going to discuss that in this video. Okay, percents. Percents, from the word only, it means per, that is out of 100. Cents is a Latin root word for 100. That means it's out of 100. As mentioned previously, the word percent means hundredth. That's what it means. We use the symbol percent to express word percent. This symbol is used to express the word percent. For example, 23% means 23 hundredths. Hundredths is division, divided by 100. 23 divided by 100, and can be written with the percent symbol as a fraction or as a decimal. 23% as a fraction can be written as 23 per 100, that's 23 out of 100. In decimal, it's equal to 0.23. So how do you write it in the decimal easily? You write the number down, 23, put a decimal towards the right side of the number, and count how many zeros are there in the denominator, and move your decimal 2 spaces towards left. So you land up at 0.23. That's your answer in decimal. Now, as we know that whenever we are solving for percents of a number, we actually multiply. Now let's read out the key facts. To convert a percent to a decimal, drop the percent symbol and move the decimal point 2 places to the left, adding zeros if necessary. Remember that we consider a whole number to have a decimal point to the right of it. To convert a percent to a fraction, drop the decimal, drop the percent symbol, write the number over 100 and reduce. That's it. So for example, we have 20%, right? So we have 20%. We are going to drop the percent symbol and move the decimal. We are going to write the number as it is, 20, and put a decimal towards the right side of the number like this. You're going to write the number as it is, write the decimal towards the right side of the number, and move it 2 digits towards left, and you land up at 0.20. So that's your answer, 0.20 in decimals. And in fractions, it's 20 per 100. That's 20 out of 100. 20 out of 100. And you cancel out zeros. 2 times 1, 2 times 5. That's 1 over 5 when you reduce the fraction. So that's how you do it. Now 100%. Percent. Converting percent to decimals or fractions. Whenever it is percent, you drop down the percent symbol, write down out of 100. Per 100. That's how it's written. 100 per 100. 100 out of 100. In terms of fraction, 100 out of 100 is 1. Now in terms of decimal, you write the number 100. We write down the number 100. Place the decimal towards right, and move it 2 slots towards left. So that's equal to 1.00. That's right. So this is how you write it in the decimals. Now let's see for 37.5%. So we write down the number as it is, 37.5. And now percent, you drop down the percent symbol and move the decimal 2 places towards left. So your answer is 0.375 in decimals. How do you write it in fractions? 37.5, you drop the percent symbol, you write down per 100, out of 100. 37.5 out of 100. Now if you want to remove that decimal, when you are removing that decimal, you're adding a 0 in the denominator. That's what you're doing. 375 out of 1000. That's equal to 3 over 8. When you reduce it to a lowest fraction, that's 3 over 8. Now 3% to decimal and a fraction. So you write down the number whenever you're converting it to a decimal. Place the decimal towards the right side of the number. Move 2 slots towards left. Why are you moving 2 slots towards left? Because the 100 per 100 has 2 zeros in that. So you're moving 2 slots towards left. If at all any slot is empty, you're replacing it with a 0. So your answer is 0.03. And in terms of fraction, you drop down the percent symbol and you write down per 100. That's out of 100. That's right. Okay, let's move on to the question. Okay, let's see how we will write down 1.2% equals to 0. All right, 1.2%. So how do you write down in decimals? 1.2 is 0.5. Yes, half is 0.5. 0.5% in decimals. So you're writing down the number 0.5. When you drop down the percent symbol, you move the decimal 2 steps towards left, 2 places towards left. So you have 1 0 already there, 1 empty space is filled up with 0. You have a decimal, so your answer is 0.005. That's your answer. Okay, so 0.5 in terms of a fraction, you drop down the percent symbol, you write down per 100. That's out of 100. 0.5 out of 100 is 1/200. That's right. 350% is equal to, now you're going to write down, in place of decimals, you'll take 350, place the decimal towards right, move 2 slots towards left, 1 2. So your answer is 3.50. In terms of fraction, you drop down the percent symbol and you write down per 100. 350 out of 100. This percent means per 100. 350 out of 100. That's equal to 7/2. That's right. Okay, let's see. Consider the 3 problems in the following example. Example 11. What is 35% of 160? 54 is 45% of what number? 77 is what percent of 140? So you can easily solve these problems by using your calculator if you first set them up properly. In each case, there is one unknown. Call the unknown x. Translate each sentence replacing is by equal to and the unknown by x. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, the first question was what is 35% of 160? So what is x is equal to 35% of 160? 35% is 35 out of 100. That can be written as 0.35. That's 35 out of 100. That's 0.35. Of is usually considered as multiplication. 0.35 multiplied by 160. That's equal to 56. So your answer is 56. 54. 54 is 45% of what number? So 54 is equal to 45% of what number? Of is multiplication of whatever number, whatever variable you want to choose. Let's say x. So 54 is equal to 0.45x. X is equal to 54 divided by 0.45. That gives you the answer as 120. 77 is equal to x percent of 140. 77 is what percent? What percent is taken as x? We don't know what percent, so x percent of 140. So 77 is equal to x percent per 100 multiplied by 140. That's equal to 77 times 100. When you cross multiply, alright, is equal to 140 times x. X is equal to 7700 divided by 140. That's equal to 55. This is one method. The another method is using the proportions. Is divided by of is equal to percent over 100. So you're just going to use this rule in the second method. Let's see. For the same question, this is your proportion which you're going to use. What is 35% of 160? What is divided by of? So what is we don't know. Let it be x. X divided by what is of 160? X divided by 160 is equal to 35%. 35 per 100 out of 100. So 100x, 100 times x is equal to 35 times 160. That's equal to 5,600, which is equal to 56. x is equal to 5600 divided by 100. That's your 100. X equals to this. X is equal to 56. All right. 54 is 45% of what number? So 54 divided by x is 54 divided by off is what number? That's x is equal to 45%. 45 per 100. So that's equal to x is equal to 54 hundredths divided by 45. That's equal to 120. Okay, now 77 is what percent of 140? So your proportion is divided by off equals to percent by percent per 100. 77 is what percent of 140? Of 140, 77 divided by 140 is what percent? X per 100. So you just cross multiply things. So 140x equals to 7700. X is equal to 7700 divided by 140. You get the answer as 55. So guys, if you like this, so don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.